your How to Get Away with Murder recap show. I'm here with my television fanatic, of course. Ro, what's going on, girly?
It's going all right. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year. It's been a minute, I almost forgot about doing the recap show. And, Ro hit me up and it's like, hey, are we doing this? People are asking questions, Ash. What's going on? So, we're here. We just saw that new episode on Thursday. Ooh, and it was juicy. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
A lot going
Yeah.
on. Yeah, so what was your take on things, Ro?
Well, I really liked all the Wes flashbacks because, our character's not there anymore, right?
Well, they
I
said
know
that they said that he's gonna still be involved because of the flashbacks. I will say that this is probably the most that we've seen of him this season.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I know you
I
said
mean,
on one of the shows that we weren't seeing as much Wes and Wes wasn't there as much. Well, now we know why.
yeah. The first Daydream was kind of like, I thought it was really sweet because it was Annalise basically seeing him as like when she first met him until now, and he was playing soccer. He was just a happy little thing, and he was telling her about an internship. They got that mother son kind of relationship, kind of. So
Yeah,
I thought that was a kind of really sweet like beginning for the episode. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
it was very sweet, and then it's almost like Annalise. She really did take that mother role. I think she took that because she had lost her child, and then she was, and consequently she was kind of in care, not really in care, but somewhat the mother figure for him, even though he didn't even really know it. She was been looking out for him for from that time period till he got to school. And so when she looked over at Maggie, she was like, "Oh, that's the girlfriend. That's Maggie." And he's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Well, she looks like she's looking for an introduction." And usually that's a very kind of mother son type of bonding situation. Oh, introduce me to your girlfriend. And then she was like, "Oh, would that be weird? That's weird. Don't worry about it." And he was like, "Yeah, that would be kind of strange because you're not my mom, even though she knows and she knew a lot more than what she led him on to know." But that just kind of showed a little bit of the dynamics of their bond, their relationship, and yeah, it was just a reality check, I think.
Well, speaking of reality, we go back to reality, and we see Annalise getting shipped to the county jail. Man, she looked so horrible. As I was just
Man,
like, man,
that
oof.
was pretty rough. Like, I don't think even when she was like at home and all depressed and drinking after Sam died, she didn't look that rough. Whew,
Nah, she did
she
not.
looked
I was
bad.
actually surprised that she still had her wig on. Usually in jail,
Yeah.
it's like, give me that, or someone will steal it from you or something. But yeah, she got to keep it on, but oof, out the makeup and the good clothes and everything. One of her inmates was like this elderly lady, um, and she was like, "Hey, I remember you. You had all that really nice clothing and really nice this, really nice that." And I thought, why can't she represent me? And then she's like, "Well, I guess eventually we all, end up here." I was like, "That's just depressing." Thank you, lady, for the depressing moment. I did not want to hear about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot of depression stuff going on today. During the episode. Like, when Bonnie finally told Laurel about the whole thing with Wes dying and everything. Laurel's already going through a lot. She's in the hospital, she's in a lot of pain.
Hmm.
Now she's losing her baby daddy, or so we think.
Well,
I think
remember,
more people.
she actually did say in the hospital. She said, this is Wes's baby, because everybody was kind of thinking maybe she possibly hooked up with Frank or whatever the case. But no, she confirmed it was Wes's baby, and then they had that flashback where you know, they were, talking about stuff, and then, you know, I think that that's basically how Laurel came to the conclusion of, snap, crackle, pop. Look like I'm pregnant. But I think she already I think she probably knew a little. She probably knew a little that she was already.
Yeah, there was also that flashback too when they were like in a tub together, and they were having a very interesting conversation, talking about she got her period and condom broke and stuff like that. I'm like, well, evidently none of that helped because you guys are pregnant.
Yeah, so, but I thought that was an interesting take on it because, like I said, I think everybody kind of thought since Frank was back that she was just gonna jump back with Frank, and that ain't really. Even now, I mean, she basically blamed Frank. Frank came to see her. I don't really know why. I'm like, why did he go to visit her? Anybody that out there in the world knows pregnant women, their hormones are like through the roof. It's very touch and go. It's like walking on eggshells sometimes because you don't want to offend them because they're going through so many different emotions and things at the same time. So any little thing can set off a pregnant woman. I've been cussed out many a time by pregnant people. It's been one too many. And it's not that I'm intentionally trying to do something to piss them off, but it's just their body's going through all kind of topsy-turvy stuff. Your hormones are through the roof, So I don't know why he went to go see her, but he did. But he did, and then basically she told him exactly what she thought of him. She was like, "It should have been you. You should have been the one that got killed, not Wes." I know that probably cut a little deep. That probably sliced open a little some of his flesh, his heart.
I am so tired of that man crying.
But the thing about it is, I can't tell if it's for real or not. Like, I don't know, is he doing it for show, or is he really feeling the moment?
I think it's 50-50, I say. I think, like, the stuff that Laurel's saying to him, that really does hurt him, because I think he did like her, or love her, or whatever. But, like, everything else, I think it's just for show. I mean, he was totally gonna kill, people and does stuff for a living, but when it comes to personal, he can just, he just cries like a little baby.
Yeah, he did. He did cry pretty bad.
Crazy.
I will say that.
Yeah. How do you feel about Frank and Laura? Not Frank. Frank and Bonnie. Thinking that it's the Maloney's retaliation. Like they think that they're the ones that did it.
I mean, I think there's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities. I mean, obviously, let's talk about the polka dot elephant in the room. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Annalise. She would not have killed West, And then to find out that West was actually in the last episode, before we got back to this one, at the end, Nate had went to the coroner's office and saw the body and everything, and the coroner had told him that Wes was dead before the explosion. So, in this episode, we find out that they have reworded it and said that he was killed by the impact of the explosion. And so Nate went back to the coroner and said, "Hey, you told me this guy was killed beforehand." And she comes in this House Dead and Cow Fat story about, oh, well, that's before it was, fully determined, whatever explanation she gave. She gave some really BS explanation, which means what? She was paid off. She was paid off. Because they want to pin, that prosecutor really has it out for Annalise. I don't know why. Like, she already done slept with her boyfriend, and she done took the highest ranking job. I mean, she got this woman in jail. Fraud. And it's not enough. It's not enough. So they are like trying to build this ironclad case against Annalise, and it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.
It is not. Especially since Annalise was denied bail.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, at first they were like, oh, yeah, yeah, she get on bail. Then they were like, oh, what was with that whole thing about West immunity deal?
Well,
Like, okay, so.
basically, okay. See, what they had was, remember, Wes was at the precinct, and he was about to take that plea deal. But that was before he talked to Annalise and before he got the message. Because he wanted to make sure that, he was trying to make sure that he, was okay. But then also, he still had that allegiance to Annalise. When he got that voicemail, that's when he left, and he didn't sign the plea deal. It was there in front of him, but he never signed it. So, it's awful convenient. Wes gets killed right after he doesn't sign the immunity sheet, and then they're using that to turn around and use it against Annalise. It's all. I mean, this web of lies that they've created against Annalise is just unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It really, really is. Yeah, I'm so sick of seeing that prosecutor.
Yeah, she is just like obsessed. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Jeez.
like there was so much going on this episode, like let's see here.
What happened
You
with
know,
What happened? I missed that part. What happened with Michaela's mother? I didn't see the note. Did you read the note?
no, I didn't read the note either. Just that she left with the note.
Yeah, because I remember Michaela just kept telling her to just go, just leave me alone, go away, and then like she actually took her advice.
Yeah, she was surprised she actually took it. She was like, "Wait, what? She's gone? What? Okay." Yes. So, yeah, Annalise was getting kind of bullied at the jail. Huh? That was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that's probably what happens in jail. I don't know, never been, but I'm assuming that's some of what happens. You got to deal with the general population.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so Nate was being reassessed for the Annalise case, right? Was it the Annalise case? Or
He was
what
being
was it?
reassessed. Oh, I forgot how that was happening. He was being reassessed because
His
oh
involvement
yes,
with.
yes, yes, because he had gone to the coroner's office and he had went to go see Annalise. So they see it and they're like, "Look, you working in a prosecutor's office, that don't look good. We might have to demote you." And he's like, "Oh, you gonna try to demote me? Well, I've been sleeping with the head prosecutor. Yeah, me and her been together. Oh, y'all don't
Oh
want no
wow.
sexual harassment suit, do you? Do you? Do you want? That's what you want? So yeah, they gonna be real quiet. He ain't going nowhere. Nate's smart. He know how to use leverage. He know to leverage himself against some fools. So she the damn fool that's sitting up there, trying to play both sides of the fence and sitting up there and got burnt. So Nate ain't going nowhere. So that's one good thing
Yeah,
for him.
that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really remember with the whole thing Michaela's mom, but let's see here. That flashback was kind of funny with Asher. Um, well, with Asher, and he was basically like he grabbed behind some chick that he thought was Michaela, and then it
Mm-hmm.
turns out it wasn't Michaela. And then she's
Yeah.
like, what the heck are you doing? And he's like, oh, I thought you were my girlfriend, Michaela. And he's like, oh, all black, if we look alike. And he's like, I don't know what to say. And then Wes was there. He's like, Wes, help me. And he's like, you're on your own, brother.
Mm-mm.
Like the only like comedic thing in the entire episode.
No, but then he actually did kind of help him. He was like, "Yeah, you kind of do favor Michaela. And she's like, "That doesn't you know, win me
Oh,
over. That doesn't still, you don't get a pass because I sort of look like your girlfriend." Mm-mm. So,
yeah. Should have like knocked him out or something. That would be kind of funny. But so Oliver, I know that's your buddy there.
oh
Oliver,
gosh.
he told Peter about the whole thing with Annalise's phone, and that he erased it and stuff, and then the whole thing about the remains that were found in the woods, Rebecca's remains, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So let's see.
Yeah, I mean Oliver, I'm just so over him. I'm just like, just shut up. You don't know what the hell you want to do. You should have went up in the flames too. That's what I say. Because he doesn't serve much of a purpose anymore, and he's just so flip floppy. And just stick to one thing, Oliver. And just stick to it. I'm just so tired of him. He just annoys me
He's
now.
not anywhere. He's
Yeah,
not gonna go anywhere.
I know, but I wish that he had gone up in. I wish that he went up in the flames. He should have been blown up.
Wow. Well, I mean, yeah, that would have been pretty cool too. Would have been like, whoo, who's that up in the air? Thomas. He's flying. So, all right. So everybody is basically in Laurel's hospital room, and she basically told everybody that Wes is the father. And of course, she cries again because she's pregnant. And Connor was like, "You might as well get an abortion." I forgot the rest of what he said about that. Do you remember? It was something
He was
about
just being a jerk. He was being a complete asshole. I don't know what his problem is. He needs to just go bye-bye. He another one. Him and Oliver just go bye-bye into the sun somewhere.
Go bye-bye together.
Go bye-bye together. Because the two of y'all just making me sick. I don't know who I hate more. But Oliver is, I don't know. Connor he's just become just the ultimate, I'm going to say whatever I want to say. Whatever's on my mind, I'm just going to say it. And I don't care what anyone thinks. You're just being a jerk.
I mean, besides being a jerk, I think he just feels guilty, Like, I don't know if he did what he did to Wes, but I think he just feels guilt, and his guilt's coming off as, like, as a jerk. So that's what I'm thinking.
You think he's feeling guilt?
Yeah, that's what I think. And as soon as he said that foolishness, Asher basically attacks him and starts punching and punching. I was like, oh, I think he had the, audacity to do something like that. And of course, that gets him a fight with Michaela, and Michaela tells him to go home, which was just like, woo. I like this flashback when Wes was looking for some jewelry, and then Michaela shows up, and she's like, "Oh, are you getting something for Maggie?" And he's like, "No." She's like, "For who?" He's like, getting it for Laurel. And she was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, that was just kind of like, yeah, just admit it, man. That's your girl.
Yeah, I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I think so too. A lot of interesting stuff this episode. Like the granny inmate, gave Annalise a piece of some bread. Was it a bread or sandwich?
It was some kind of sandwich. I don't know what it was. She was like, here, it's almost like, like a homeless person that, got a sandwich. I mean, she's in jail. She must have missed dinner. At least, like you said, at least Granny was looking out for her.
I wasn't saying that, but...
Oh. What were you saying then?
I mean, I don't know what I was saying. I was just saying that Granny remembered her because she saw her in a case, or maybe it was like her case or something like that. And I wouldn't say she's looking out for her. Maybe she's just trying to get her, on her side or something. In case these fools do get out. You're just my number kind of foolishness.
I don't know. I mean, that's a possibility too. You never know. I mean, you never know. With this show, it's got so many twists and turns. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, like your buddy Connor finally admitting that he slept around with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, every episode there's something emotional going on with him and Oliver.
Yeah, I'm just tired of them. Just get rid of them. They just annoying the heck out of me. Just annoying. They're not adding nothing. They just whining the whole time. Oh, Connor. Oh, Oliver. Just get over it. All right, I'm so tired of y'all. Just go on to happy world somewhere. And it's nothing against the LGBT community. I just don't like the characters themselves. The characters are annoying.
LGBTQ.
LGBTQ. I don't. My apologies if I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, it's
But
like the LGBTQ. Something like that. Okay. Sorry. I almost got it right.
mm-mm.
So the last 2 points, you wanna tackle them these?
You go ahead.
Well, I mean, the last part was basically Frank claiming that he killed Wes.
Mm-mm.
But it was just the last nail in the coffin. Come on, Frank. We just know that you're feeling guilty, because the whole just Annalise, what she's going through. I just don't know. I don't think it's him. It just seems like
it's too easy. Of course, it's not Frank. Frank know that it's not him. Frank just wants to be the center of attention. Looks like he want to be the center of attention. I think so. I think he likes it. I think he likes to be the showboat. I think he does. And that, and maybe he wants to help Annalise out a little bit because, Annalise was good to him and Sam was good to him. But we know it ain't Annalise and it ain't Frank. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Bonnie. Bonnie wouldn't blow up Annalise's house. So it's just it's a weird place because they throw Frank in the mix to try to throw us off base of who it actually is. I'm pretty sure it ain't Billy Brown, or Nate, I should say. I'm pretty sure it ain't. I don't know why I just say his real name. Shout out to Billy Brown. But I'm pretty sure it's not him either because he also. Well, you know what? That's not explained either. That was never explained, bro. He went inside the house too.
Yeah, how did he get out?
Oh my gosh, I just realized that. That was never explained. He left the house too. So it's like, that's suspect. I don't know now. See, now I'm looking at Nate's side. He wouldn't try to kill one of the kids, though. And he definitely wouldn't try to kill Annalise.
Then who he trying to kill?
I don't know. I don't know. That's really weird. This is like breaking news, y'all. Like, I really just realized that fool went in the house after Laurel, and he left before the explosion, and he wasn't hurt, and nobody chooses to ask him questions, and nobody knows that he was there but us. What the heck?
At least got some secret passage we don't know about.
I know. But that kind of changes things tomorrow. I don't know. I don't think Nate would want to hurt somebody or try to, but you never know.
Yeah, for all we know, he's got like a whole nother, personality or thing to him. I don't know.
Crazy.
But that's a really good point.
Yeah, because on the last episode, that's how they revealed, who was in the body bag, and it was Wes, and you see Nate there. But then before the explosion, you see Nate enter the house. That's child, that thing there, that done blew my head off. I wasn't expecting. I completely forgot that Nate was in the house. Completely
Everybody did. Like, he wasn't like hurt or anything.
He never acknowledged it, and no one ever saw him leave the house or go into it.
Why would he acknowledge it? Because he'd be, suspect.
Yeah, I got it.
Man. Come on, Beezy. If someone you knew got killed and you just left the place, would you be like, "Oh, I was there like 5 minutes"?
No, I'm saying, but it's like I feel like the writers are trying to trick us into forgetting about that because I totally forgot until this moment right now. So I feel like they're trying to trick us into get our minds off of that and into something else. I don't believe that Nate would do something like that, but I don't know.
Maybe just he still had a lot of anger towards Annalise. Maybe he just wanted to destroy the house or something. But why would he go inside? Gosh, I don't know what I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's or he went off before the explosion. No, but it's something ain't right with that, bro. Something ain't right. Mm. So,
Yeah.
I guess we'll figure out. Well, what was your last talking point?
Um. Well, that Wes got into Frank's car at the end when Wes was leaving the precinct. You know, Frank was like, "Hey man, come in, I'll get you a ride." And he's like, "Come on, just want to talk." And he got into the truck, and then it was like they drove off. So it's trying to make you think that Frank, you know,
That's even if
got
that.
rid of him.
Well, that and then like that's even if that even happened. You know, Frank is key for lying. He don't tell the truth. So it's like
What do
every
you mean?
time Frank don't tell the truth with stuff. Remember, he killed Lila.
Yeah, but they showed us that. Was he telling us that? That's confusing.
I forgot what happened with that, but I don't know. I mean, I question everything when anything happens now. I question it double because I'm like, is this really what happened or is that what they want us to think happened? You know?
You're hurting my brain.
All right. Well, it's getting kind of late, anyways. But I appreciate you guys for tuning into the show. Thank you for this recap show. Of course, we do the How to Get Away with Murder recap show every Friday. We usually do Friday nights at 8 p.m. But we're a little bit off because people are traveling and we're getting some things going and we're moving and grooving and editing stuff. And Ashby TV is coming next week on Charter Cable 183. 7 p.m. EST next Saturday night. So be there if you're on Charter, or if you don't have Charter, that's okay. You can still catch Ashby TV on ashsaidit.com. So, Ro, any last words for the people then?
No, thanks for listening.
All right, we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.